Okay, listen. I'm going to preface all of this by saying I tried to be financially responsible. It wasn't my fault. And hello again, everybody. It is episode number 79 of Bottom to the Top. I'm Mr. Cellophane. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. First to some of the outgoings, the ones that actually are bringing or have brought money into the club. We did bin off 21-year-old Jairo Godinez for $275,000. The American that we picked up for free over the summer, we sent to Rakow in, I think, Poland? For £275,000. Glenn Allen's time with the club is pretty much coming to an end. Signed with us in the championship the first time before we took over. Then went out to Bulgaria on loan for a year. Played pretty decently. Came back to Fulham. Was an integral part of sorts to our championship winning campaign, but seeing less and less playing time. He was very unhappy there this year, so we have sent him out on loan. He is at Nice right now. They are paying his entire salary plus a monthly fee of £76,000 for the remainder of the year. And then if they want to, when all is said and done, they can give us another $10 million. So worst case scenario, we make a little money off of him for the next couple of months, and then we sell him somewhere else. So we've already covered the purchase of Afonso Moutinho in the last episode. We picked up Lachlan Scott, a 20-year-old English-Australian dual national from Brevard FC in the United States. I mean, he is what he is. We'll sell him for more money later. Our youth development guy was like, yeah, we should bring him in, but I said, sure, why not? He's free. But that was not the move that I alluded to in the intro. That would be bringing in Tallis Magno on loan from Manchester United, paying £220,000 per week. He popped up on our scouting. I was like, hey, let's see if we can get that guy on loan. We have some money left over in our wage bill, so it's not going to count that much. We just saved a ton of money, and we can still be turning a profit for the season. They were asking for a little bit more than we were willing to spend, and on a lark, we decided to interact with the board and say, hey, we want to bring this guy in. We think that he would be an excellent addition to the squad. And they said, you know what? We're in a good space in the league right now. We are playing well. We're on a nice run. Yes, let's. So of his £275,000 a week salary, we are paying 80% of it. We are paying a $235,000 per month fee, whether we use him or not, and an optional future fee of $42.5 million. Are we going to execute that at the end of the year? I don't know. Has he been paying dividends so far this year? Oh, yeah, he has. Since he has joined us on loan, he has made 5 appearances in the Premier League. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists, was named man of the match once, and a 7.38 rating, which eclipsed what he did for Manchester United. He only made 1 appearance for them this year. Paying him a lot of money to do absolutely nothing. But now we're paying him most of that money, and at least he's getting on the score sheet. And get on the score sheet he has. Now, since the last episode, we have been playing quite well. Sure, we did drop a 3-2 decision at Stamford Bridge to kick off the month of February. We got outshot 17-7. Toshimitsu Endo picked up a goal. So did Andre Lucas Gudjansen, who, by the way, is still with the team. We were unable to make a move for him, sadly. Federico Guerrero didn't have the greatest game in this one. Tallis Magno was also making his first appearance, trying to get acclimated. I mean, we had literally just brought him in a couple of days before. But since then, it's been a little bit better. We followed that up with a 2-1 victory at home against Nottingham Forest before we headed to Molineux. 8-goal extravaganza in this one, and I think we need to look at them all. The way things started off, it looked like things may be all Wolves as the through ball finds Fabio Silva in the 7th minute to open up the scoring, but then we clawed back. Tom Burford leaving it for Omega Guerrero, pulling it off the foot of Pedro Neto, past Lunin for the goal. It's 1-0, and just a couple of minutes before halftime, we made it 2-1. Magno in the middle, Omega with the sitter. Nothing Lunin could do about that one as we made our way into the second half, where Quagliato picked one off. Actually, it wasn't even in the second half. It was in added time in the first half to tie things up at 2. Now in the second half, Wolves pulled ahead 3-2. Sola with an absolute blast from about 10 yards out. But then Fulham turned on the Jets. Responding just about a minute later, Omega's header was his second goal of the match. We followed that one up with a ball in from Fresneda, found Guest, who passed it into Federico Guerrero, the low shot, tucking that inside the far post before the corner kick from Morales. Moutinho playing it out for Endo, finds Kim Young-suk, who puts the ball in pretty much the exact same spot to give Fulham the 5-3 victory. In fact, Kim Young-suk has been playing pretty well. Better when we play him in the more advanced, not really in advanced, as a standard center midfielder, rather than in a defensive midfield position, which is more natural for him. He has made a total of 19 appearances for the club. He does have 5 goals, 2 of those coming in the FA Cup. We've alluded to that in the past. 2 in the Premier League as well. He started off very rough. He is moving his way up. Are we playing him all the time? No, we are not. But when he goes in, Kim Young-suk is a pretty handy guy to have around, especially on wages under 8 grand a week. Following the barn burner with Wolves, we were able to hang on to a 3-2 victory at home against Brentford to make it 3 in a row in the league, and then we made it 4. 2-1 the victory against Leicester City. Kim Young-suk put us ahead in the 29th minute. Etienne Tipple tied things up at the 54-minute mark, and then just 2 minutes later, Toshimitsu Endo put us ahead, and that is where we stayed. We outshot them 12-3. We outpossessed them. Obviously, we beat them in the XG battle. So 4 wins in a row for Fulham Football Club in the league. And that is currently good for 4th place on the table. 30 matches played, 56 points. We are 4 points ahead of Manchester City, currently occupying 5th place. Now, City, having won the Carabao Cup, is already qualified for the Europa Conference League. So the Conference League spot most likely is going to go somewhere else in the league, because they're probably going to qualify for Europe another way. They do have 3 games in hand on us. They've only played 27 matches, and I guess they're against Spurs, Newcastle, and Forest, because those are the only 3 teams that aren't currently sitting on 30 games played, which means there are only 8 matches left in the league. We are in pretty good position. We are 8 points ahead of Sunderland, currently occupying that 7th place spot, and we are on a nice run in the Premier League. But we are also on a nice run in the FA Cup. We were able to get past Bristol City in the 5th round. We are now in the quarterfinals, and we are just 1 match away from equaling our best performance. Not saying it's the best performance by Fulham all time, although I think it may be. Or maybe they won the tournament once. We'll find out. Nope. 2nd place was the best that they did. So semifinals is obviously still not the best of all time, but the best since 1975. So all we have to do is get past Spurs coming up in a couple of days at Craven Cottage. Now, here's the best part. We've already played Spurs this year. We played them away, not at our place, but theirs, and we won that match 3-1. More good news for us, neither Talles Magno or Afonso Moutinho featured for their old clubs in the FA Cup, so neither is cup-tied, and both are available for this match. Xavlina is going to get the start in goal. It will be a back four of Alex Guest, Akahomen, Bichiabu, and Ivan Fresneda. Craig Ross is going to be at the base of the midfield behind Marco Morales and Tom Burford. Those two have been very, very good together. Talles Magno is going to start at our left wing position. We've shifted Federico Guerrero over to the right-hand side. He has scored 4 goals in 5 matches in that position. And, of course, leading the line this afternoon is going to be Emmanuel Omega. The board and the fans are confident that we are going to be able to hold serve at home in this FA Cup quarterfinal. It is Fulham versus Spurs, and Spurs getting the first highlight. In the dark uniforms, we are in the white and black. Pavlovic will control around the midfield stripe. Roberto trying to feed it forward. He finds Terrazzoni, who's got Akachar. He's in. He scores. I think he was offside. The referee is going to consult with VAR. We were trying to see if the flag was up. It was not. And they have awarded the goal. And 45, 6, 7, 8, 50 seconds into this match, Akachar is able to beat Xavlina to put Spurs up 1-0, and that is not the start we were hoping to get off to, but we have plenty of time. We did not even really get to touch the ball at all, and Federico Guerrero is going to line up behind this one. Free kick from a pretty dangerous position, about 26 yards out. Sadly, he cannot tuck that inside the frame of the goal. It's going to clatter off and go out of play for a Spurs goal kick. We have had the momentum of the match, with the exception of course, the Spurs goal. 1-0 is your score. 7-2 the shots on goal through the first 25 minutes of this match. So we are going to shout out encouragement to our team on the sideline. Some of them reacted well, some did not. Tom Burford, Marco Morales, I guess they feel responsible for that first goal. Guerrero unable to pick it off, but Burford will. Omega in a bunch of traffic finds clearance to Craig Ross. Near side, Guest. He's got a man moving forward. It's Talles Magno. Magno can't catch up to it, though, and Harwood Bellis will get it to Romero, who clears it. Knotted down by Morales, but Roberto will take back over for Tottenham. Sutherland has a man on him, working it toward the outside. The defensive responsibilities will be handed off to Alex Guest. Pass picked off by Magno. Omega, Burford crosses it over the near side. Guest carrying it forward. Has Magno. Has a man on him, but he finds Omega in. Omega beats Tucker, and Omega scores his 15th goal in all competitions, but the flag is up on the far sideline. VAR is going to review, and they are going to call this one back for offsides. Oh, that's a shame. Literally a split second earlier, and that would have been the perfect pass to Emmanuel Omega, who is just slightly offsides. Terrazzoni coming off with an injury. Pittman will come on. 45 minutes are in the books. Spurs lead it 1-0, and I think we can do better. So we're gonna pump the team up for the second half. Make no changes, because we very rarely do. Dejan Kulusevski coming in for Spurs. We're outshooting them 12-3. We are definitely controlling this match everywhere but on the scoreboard. Magno ahead. Omega can't get it past Tala. Muirhead finds Harwood Bellis with some space. Tala. Muirhead picked off by Craig Ross, charging forward. The counterattack is on. Ross into the box himself. Pavlovic, though, is going to sneak over and knock it away. Fresneda getting it back. Ahead for Guerrero. Up the right wing side. running into some trouble. Pittman will pick his pocket and send it forward. Akashar is in, crossing it over. Akahoman getting in front of the pass intended for Sutherland. Guerrero back for Bichiabu. Back and forth football here in the 51st minute. Crossed over to Guest ahead. Tyus Magno. He's going to throw it through to Omega. Omega is in and he beats Tucker. This time, is that going to count? I hope so. They are pleading for offsides. VAR is going to review, but this time they are going to uphold the goal. And Emmanuel Omega does score his 15th of the year. And looking at the replay, there was absolutely no doubt about that one. Fulham able to equalize at 1. Again, dominating the run of play for most of this match. 14-4, your shots on goal. We've had 53% possession. Muirhead with a free kick, chipping it forward, looking for Pavlovic. Pittman will get in with a shot in on Shavlina, who is going to make a relatively routine stop. 63rd minute now. Morales looking to deliver the corner. Looking near post. Finds Marvin Akahoman, who drills it into the ground for his second goal of the season in all competitions. Marvin Akahoman putting that pass. They are going to check this to make sure that Tucker wasn't interfered with, and they are going to say that he was. Oh, that's not. Boo. They're saying Tom Burford got in Tucker's way. Score still tied at 1. Tucker to deliver it to Harwood Bellis. Turns, plays it up Sutherland. Ceding some position back for Romero, chipping it ahead. Akachar is in. He'll shoot and miss that one wide. We really need to do a better job of marking Akashar. Magno and Omega having great matches. Guerrero and Morales, however, are not. Even though Guerrero's tired, we're going to pull Morales off first. Bring in Kim Young-suk. See if he has any magic in those legs. Actually, it's Tom Burford, so we're going to bring off Guerrero as well. Toshimitsu Endo is going to come on in and replace him. 2 changes made with about 15 minutes left. We are keeping an eye on the clock, knowing that we are going to extra time if this match remains even after regulation. But a chance with the final third throw in. Tom Burford to deliver it in. Finds Guests at the edge of the box. Back out for Burford. Bichiabu to Burford. Flipping it far post. Magno is there delivering the header. Nobody was in front of Tucker that time. However, was Magno on sides? VAR is going to determine. I don't think I've seen so many go to video review, and they are going to say it was onside all along. 83rd minute goal for Tyus Magno, and it's 2-1 to the Cottagers. Now, we are going to take the opportunity to make more changes as we're going to bring off some tired legs. Tom Burford will be replaced by Antonio Blanco, who's a little bit more on the defensive side. In fact, we're going to move Craig Ross up and Blanco into the number 6. Emmanuel Omega is going to come off in place of Alfonso Moutinho, who is going to take the striker position. And hopefully we can hold on in the last 5 minutes of this match. 4 have been added on, so 5 becomes 9. They are going to fall by the wayside, though. And once again, Fulham is in the semifinals of the FA Cup. And this episode is ending up to be busier than I even expected. The draw for the semifinals of the FA Cup is scheduled for today. However, it is also youth intake day. And while we had a generally average intake, considering we are 20 and 20 on our youth coaching and our youth facilities, a bit disappointing. We did have this young man come through our academy, Darren Wright, a 15-year-old English national midfielder slash center back, but at 5'9", even though he's naturally a center back, he's never going to play in that position. Could be our central midfielder of the future. Decent pace, decent fitness, but his positioning is fantastic. Good composure, makes good decisions. He's got decent tackling and marking for someone his age. His technique is phenomenal. A very technical player. He could improve a ton. And even at the age of 15, they reckon he is a standard level player for League 2. Obviously, we're in the Premier League. He's not ready for our squad yet, but it will only be a matter of time before Darren Wright suits up for the Cottagers. And just so you don't feel shortchanged, I mean, look at the rest. Nothing to write home about. Any chance we have to make the board happy, I will take. They wanted us to challenge in a domestic cup competition before the end of next season. We have done so. Can we win it? Well, that's to be determined. Big part of it will depend on who we face off in the semifinals of the FA Cup. Will it be Arsenal, Everton, or Southampton? Well, let's get this thing rolling and see who comes out of the hopper. Just 4 teams remaining in the competition. I'm pretty much okay with anyone but Arsenal. So if you want to give us Everton, that's okay with me. We've beaten them on a number of occasions before. And, I forgot I had it set on a little bit slower than I'm used to running this draw. I didn't think it was going to take so long in between teams. And we are taking on Everton. That means Arsenal will be battling Southampton. I mean, if we have to go against Arsenal, who beat Man City, to get this far in the final, I guess we'll take that. Everton currently sitting 14th place in the Premier League. We have beat them 3 times, drawn 7, and lost 6 in the head-to-head since the save began. I do like our odds. So I was originally thinking if we got past Spurs, we would just kind of go right into the semifinal matchup against whoever that was going to be at Wembley, not realizing that it was not so close on the calendar. That matchup against Everton is about 33 days away in the middle of the month of April, so we will stick with our regularly scheduled programming and take on Leeds in the league. And it is going to be an interesting time for that episode, which will be the next episode. Look at the schedule we have right around that. We've got Tottenham Hotspur at home. We just beat them at home, so we hopefully should be able to do it again. Then Manchester United at Old Trafford before coming back to Craven Cottage just a couple of days later to take on Liverpool. In the final practice in the lead-up to this Leeds matchup, Antonio Blanco twisted his ankle. He's going to be out for the next 4 to 5 weeks. So Joe Jones is going to take his spot on the bench. Craig Ross is going to get his 2nd consecutive start at the defensive midfielder position. Now, this little piece of news did get lost in the shuffle. Craig Ross does have a future transfer set up. He is going to be joining Sevilla on July the 1st. We got £30 million for him. Wasn't super happy with the club. Was talking about potentially making a move. He wanted a new contract. We weren't 100% sure if that was the best thing to do, so we just decided we are going to move on, but we're going to take advantage of the skill of the 24-year-old while we got him. Jones coming onto the bench is the only change in the match. It's Shavlina in goal with Guest, Akahoman, Bichiabu, and Fresneda on the defensive line. Ross, Morales, and Burford in the midfield. On the attack, Tyus Mango, Federico Guerrero, and Emmanuel Omega. We have won 5 straight in the league, 6 consecutive victories in all competitions. We are at home against Leeds United. They are in the dark jerseys. We are once again in the white and black, controlling possession in the first 10 minutes of this match. A lot, but only 2 shots on goal. 81% of the ball in the early going before finally allowing Leeds to have it just a little bit. Currently 4th place, 57 points on the table, which we'll take a deeper look at next time we pause. Cross sent in, and Shavlina is just going to handle that one himself. We have played nearly 20 minutes of this match, and this is the first highlight, so hopefully we can do something with it as Shavlina sends it long in the direction of Omega. He'll nod it down looking for Morales, but Leeds will take back over. Guest knocking it away, but once again, Leeds in control before Guerrero intercepts a pass. Back for Shavlina. Bichiabu has the ball with a little bit of space to operate, finds Craig Ross. Tom Burford up ahead. Omega makes a brilliant move And then he tries to shoot it from about 26 yards out and sends it over everything. Man City has pulled within 1 point. They still have 2 games in hand on us. We are going to really pretty much have to win out and hope that Man City falters in order to hang on to a Champions League spot. But a chance to make one of the European competitions is looking better and better with each match that passes. We are once again in control. We've played 35. Fresneda up the right side, moving it into Burford. Fresneda ahead. Omega making another nice move. Carrying it up the sideline himself. Ahead for Guerrero. Moving it deeper before dropping it for Fresneda. Fresneda to Craig Ross. In a bit of a bind, so Bichiabu will get it free to Fresneda, back for Bichiabu. Once again, we are controlling the ball in the Leeds end. Played forward for Tyus Magno. Backheel pass Morales. Guest looking back post for Omega. He's going to find him. It's off the crossbar, but picking up the loose ball and turning garbage into gold is Tom Burford. It will be his 8th goal of the season if upheld by VAR, which it appears it will be. Guest, what a cross. Omega just unable to tuck it in under the crossbar, but the rebound comes right to Tom Burford. He had all the time in the world to give Fulham the 1-0 first half lead, which restores our 3-point cushion over Manchester City. We are 8 points ahead of the team in 6th place, as we are going to just throw some encouragement our players' way. That seems to work best. Chelsea and Sunderland each on 51 points. We need to hold them off as well. Final third throw-in for Leeds. Pirozzi playing it back for Berg. Sohm with it now. To his back line, Ampadu finds Berg once again. Patrick Berg, former Cottager, out on the field for Leeds United. Sent ahead, Andreu, Stelios Andreu, another former Fulham player. Ampadu with it again. This time Magno's going to step in front of it. Swept away though by Sohm, and Brennan will recollect for Leeds. Sohm carrying it forward. Ahead for Almond. He's got Setin behind the defensive line. I think he was offsides. Setin Dursun with his 6th goal of the year. And Leeds has pulled even. The flag has stayed down. I don't see the referee. And this replay tells me that it is, in fact, a good goal. Setin getting in behind Akahoman, who does have some speed on him. Unfortunately, unable to trap Satan offside, catch up to him at any point. So 1-1 is your score. We are going to encourage our team moving forward as we have played 60 minutes, 65% of the possession, 12 shots on goal to 2, only 1 on target all game for Leeds, and that is the one on which they scored. Omari Kellyman will come in and replace our man Tyus Magno, who has been playing very well. He has just been playing a lot of football. The one change we are going to make with about 20 minutes remaining in this match. Fulham sitting in 4th on 57 points. Kellyman will carry it up that left wing side before dropping it back for Craig Ross, who has some room in the midfield. Marco Morales, he's going to shoot it from range. Kovar, who was a target of us in the transfer window a couple of years ago when we picked up Kovacevic, I believe. Guerrero to deliver the corner. Can't pick out his man. Akahoman can't keep that header down, getting the second opportunity along the near post. 10 minutes left to go. We are actually going to go more attacking. 1 point for us is just not enough. Craig Ross is going to come out. Kim Young-suk is in. He'll swap out for Marco Morales. Joe Jones to take the defensive midfield position, and we'll bring in Harvey Vale in place of Alex Guest as well. Triple change with 5 minutes left to go. It's going to be a corner for Fulham, but now Guerrero with it, turning it over to Patrick Berg. More, Fortunato looking for Berg. He's in traffic. Switch of play over for Brennan along the far sideline. Brennan still in control. He's got Seton in. Shavlina making a brilliant save. 5 minutes of time to be added on by the fourth official. 20-3, your shots on goal. And I have to say that this match was a let-off. We should have beaten Leeds. We had plenty of opportunity. Matai Kovar having an amazing game in goal. He faced 21 shots, 10 of them on target, only one of them finding the back of the net. And we end up leaving this match with 7 to go in the league, tied 1-1 and only 1 point ahead of Manchester City. Well, it could have been worse, and all I do know is we will be taking on Everton at Wembley Stadium in our next episode. It's the FA Cup semi-final. We beat the Toffees, and we are challenging for a major trophy and a guaranteed spot in Europe. We're still going to try to win it through the league, but you know how Football Manager can be sometimes. Thank you very much for liking the video. I know you've already done it. Also, subscribing to the channel if you have not already. I appreciate all of your support, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.